So picture this. I'm on my knees out on the asphalt, 11 at night, hands cuffed behind my back, sweat rolling down the side of my face, and all I can think about is how my little girl Riley is staring out the living room window, probably thinking her dad's some kind of criminal. Sirens everywhere. 3 police cars idling in front of my house, the smell of hot pavement and diesel thick enough to choke on neighbors standing around filming on their phones, and right in the middle of it all, there's Diane Kressler in $60 yoga pants telling the cops she owns my house, the house I've lived in for 20 years, says I'm some squatter she can't get rid of. And you know what? For a minute, the cops believed her. Yeah, that happened. What she didn't know while she was standing there all smug waving those foreclosure papers was that I was actually the landlord of every single house in Meadowbrook Estates, including hers. But let me back up a bit because that sounds too crazy even for me. Name's Max Brennan, 43 widower single dad to a wild, brilliant 9-year-old named Riley, her first birthday without her mom there to sing to her. Lost my wife Jenna 18 months back. Ovarian cancer, stage 4. They found it too late, 7 months from diagnosis to funeral. 7 months of hospital rooms, antiseptic smells, and the kind of fear that settles into your bones. 7 months of Riley learning to be quiet in waiting rooms, of watching the person I love just fade. Still paying the bills, 17 grand left after insurance. But I'm lucky, really. I own a small electrical contracting firm. Been at it 20 years, 4 guys, 3 trucks enough to keep Riley in gymnastics and food on the table. The house is paid off, thank God. My granddad left it to me in 2003, a 1970s ranch on 2.5 acres out on Pine Arrest Road just outside Kansas City. Only reason we didn't lose everything when Jenna got sick. But here's where life got complicated. My place is smack dab inside Meadowbrook Estates' HOA boundaries, but I'm not a member. Never have been. Back in '98, some hotshot developer named Lawrence Kressler bought up 300 acres around my granddad's spot, planned this whole fancy subdivision, started building in 2008, pool, clubhouse, the works. Granddad refused to sell. Told them to build around us, so they did. My house became an island surrounded by a sea of HOA lawns and mailbox clones. The deeds ironclad county, recorded legal as it gets. The HOA rules don't apply to me, not one bit. Still, 3 years ago, some genius put me on their mailing list. Got their newsletters, their violation notices, your grass is too long, your work truck is ugly, your mailbox doesn't match. I ignored it, figured it'd blow over. Then Diane Kressler decided I was her personal project. Picture this mid-50s blonde highlights real estate agent face you see on bus benches, white Lexus with sold for you plates, lives in the biggest house in Meadowbrook, koi pond columns, the whole Barbie dream house. Oh, and she's the HOA president, 6 years running. Fun fact, she's also the developer's ex-wife. She got the real estate business in their messy 2015 divorce. He got the headaches. She shows up on a Saturday. Riley and I are in the yard planting wildflowers Jenna planned out in her garden journal. Riley's smiling dirt up to her elbows, and Diane crunches up the drive steps out with a clipboard like she's about to deliver a sentence. She gives me this line about property compliance issues. I say as polite as I can, "I'm not in your HOA, ma'am." Show her the deed, laminated and everything. She laughs, one of those "you poor dumb man" laughs. Says developer mistakes don't override current covenants. We'll see about that. Next morning, Sunday, there's a giant orange violation sticker on my truck. Not a legal notice, just a threat. Riley's watching from the porch, asks why the mean lady's mad at us. That's when I realized Diane wasn't stopping. The sticker was just round 1. 2 weeks later, I get a call from County Code Enforcement. Somebody's reported me for everything unpermitted electrical work, running an illegal business, septic problems. None of it true. Inspector Doug Simmons shows up. Older guy, seen it all. Checks my permits. Inspects the septic, looks at my illegal business, 1 desk and a laptop in the corner. He closes his clipboard, tells me off the record, 3 or 4 of these a month from Meadowbrook. Same person every time. He hands me a form, says I can request complaint history and maybe file harassment charges. So that night, I dig into county records, find out Diane's filed bogus complaints against 11 properties in 6 years. Mostly older folks, single moms, a car restorer all ended up selling, and everyone was listed by her agency, Hartman Realty. She's shaking people down and cashing the commission checks. Called my buddy Reggie, served together in the Guard. Now he's a paralegal. He says it's tortious interference and I should document everything. In Missouri, HOAs are quasi-governmental, so I can file sunshine law requests, get all their records. I send in the request. Diane delivers the denial herself, 1-page attorney-client privilege request denied. Take it up with our attorney, she says, then complains my truck's blocking the street. It's not, it's parked in my driveway. Next morning, orange traffic cones blocking my drive. No city markings, just pure harassment. I move them, throw them in the bed, but I'm late to a client meeting, lose an $8,000 contract. Then Riley's carpool falls apart. Her ride forgets her at gymnastics for an hour. That carpool mom, Diane's friend. That night, Riley asks if we should move. She whispers it, clutching her stuffed rabbit. After she sleeps, I find Jenna's journal record, a video statement, lay out every detail for the record. Doug Simmons texts me a link Real Estate Trends article. Hartman Realty, Diane's company, is under ethics review. She's vulnerable. I get Mara Desmond involved, property dispute attorney, intimidating as hell but sharp. I show her my folder of evidence she reviews, then drops a bombshell. The HOA isn't just corrupt, they're broke. Owe $340,000 to the original developer, balloon payment due in 4 months, reserves nowhere close. Meanwhile, Diane's funneled HOA money into her own LLC's fake consulting, overpriced landscaping. It's theft, plain and simple. Mara tells me if that payment isn't made, the developer can foreclose on the HOA, take the pool, the clubhouse, everything. That night, my truck's tires get slashed. Security cam shows someone Diane's size face hidden. Police say, without a face, nothing they can do. But now I have 17 documents, every incident, every harassment. Diane wants a documentation war. Fine by me, I live by the code. Week later, meeting with Mara. She explains how I can fight back, and then she gives me an idea that keeps me up at night. If I can buy the HOA's debt before the foreclosure, I'd own their fate, control the assets. She says it'd take everything I have, Jenna's life insurance, Riley's college fund, my retirement, but I'd own the HOA and all the power Diane abused. So I call Lawrence Kressler, offer him $160,000 cash for the $340,000 note distress debt's cheap, and he's tired of fighting Diane. He takes it. In 3 weeks, I wire over every penny I've got, and suddenly I'm the one holding the gavel over Meadowbrook's future. Diane doesn't even see it coming. Foreclosure day. Friday, September 28th, county courthouse is swarming. Homeowners, TV crews, folks waving Save Meadowbrook signs. Diane in full white power suit, 5 board members like bodyguards, attorney in tow. Mara tells me, stay calm, let the sale speak. Special Commissioner reads the legal description, 15 acres, pool, clubhouse, the works. I credit bid the debt, $340,000. Silence. Diane's friend tries to shout a fake bid, gets shot down. Going once, going twice sold. Gavel cracks. Just like that, I own the HOA. Diane loses it. Tries to play the victim for the cameras. He's destroying 127 families' dreams. But I hold up the deed proof. I was never in the HOA. Then all the documents, fake police report, proof of harassment, commission checks, even the CPS case she filed against me for child neglect. The crowd gasps. Even Lawrence steps forward. You did this to yourself, Diane. She storms off media on her heels. I dissolve the HOA restructure. It is a voluntary association. No more fines, no mandatory fees, pool open to all. We set up a scholarship in Jenna's name, host community meetings. People who believe Diane apologized, some bring casseroles. Riley comes home, kids are back outside, the tension's gone. Diane tries to sue me for defamation and emotional distress. Mara files a countersuit for everything malicious, prosecution, fraud, tortious interference. She loses her real estate license, files bankruptcy, disappears. I never see her again. Meadowbrook changes. People pitch in, fix up the common spaces, organize food drives, mentor local kids. My business recovers. Riley thrives. And that wildflower garden, Jenna's last project, becomes a gathering place. Neighbors help plant more. We're not perfect, but we're free of bullies. So if you're watching this thinking you can't fight your HOA, here's my advice. Document everything, know your rights, and remember even the worst system can be fixed by the people living inside it. What's your worst HOA story? Drop it in the comments. Let's see who's got the best scars. And if you want more stories about beating broken systems, hit subscribe. Next time I'll tell you about the property line dispute that led to me finding mob money buried out back. Yeah, that's a whole different kind of crazy.